My name is Devontae Johns. I go to Herzing University. I graduate June 17th, and my speech is about brands. I've generally wanted to enhance or to make an item that would cause an impact to individuals to improve a variant of themselves. The only problem is I never know how. Achieving supporters, or as a business would state, to accomplish customers would be a piece of the arrangement. Building an effective brand is fundamental to this interest of individuals knowing my identity and thinking about my items or my brand. A fruitful brand will be important dependently and to a great degree significant. This is a craftsmanship in any commercial center as a journal part of the property management. A logo, a site, or a business card doesn't make a brand. A brand is an affair. Looking out into the world today, it's easy to see why brands are more important than at any time in the past 100 years. Brands are psychologically and science brought together as a promise mark as opposed to a trademark. Products have life cycles. Brands outlive products. Brands convey a uniform quality, credibility, and experience. Brands are valuable. Many companies put the value of their brand on their balance sheet. Why? Well, you don't have to look very far. When a great brand like Chevy or a great brand like Tata Motors of India bought Jaguar and Range Rover from the biggest company in the world, one of them, Ford, what did they buy? Did they just buy the car? Did they just buy a luxury, a high-end car for luxury people? Did they buy factories? Did they buy raw materials? Did they buy employees? No, they bought the brand. Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley helped Ford sell the brands to Tata for a crazy amount. 2.56 billion. $2.5 billion for those brands. That's what that ingredient combined. Likewise, when Kraft brought Cadbury, that was for nearly 20 billion. Again, what did they buy? Chocolate? The factory? Was it the recipe? Was it the candy makers? Of course not. Chocolate doesn't cost 20 billion. Factories, not just one. A factory doesn't cost 20 billion. They're buying brands. That's what it's about. They're buying brands. When the Four Seasons Hotel, a Canadian-based international luxury 5-star hotel management company, sold itself to Bill Gates and the Prince of Saudi Arabia, his name is bin Tatal, they sold it for $3.8 billion. Again, what did they buy? Did they buy locations? Did they buy restaurants? Did they buy luxury beds for people to sleep in? Is somebody going to pay $3.8 billion for that? No, they bought a brand. So when people are asking, are brands useful? Are brands resourceful? You have to answer that question. The list goes on with all of these examples. You even could go to Greeley Motors of China. They acquired the cult Swedish auto brand Volvo. Why are they doing this? Because brands are successful. Brand is fundamental. Branding is fundamental. Branding is basic. Branding is essential. Branding builds incredible value for companies and corporations. If you're not convinced, I can keep giving you example after example. The dollar is a world brand. In essence, it is a simple piece of paper. But branding has made it valuable. All the tools of marketing and brand building have been used to create its value. On the front, you will find the owner of the brand, which is who? The Federal Reserve. There is a testimonial from the first president of the United States, George Washington. There is a simple user guide. This note is legal tender for debts, public and private. But again, the brand behind the dollar is the Federal Reserve. God, and if you're still not convinced, the owner has added all important emotional messages. What messages can we think of? On every piece of dollar bill, every money we see, what do we see on it? In God we trust. That's part of branding. We know money and currency from In God We Trust. Those are personal things that want us to have money to get money, things like that. That's a trigger. In God we trust on every single one of our bills. Brandon has made it worth something. Brandon made the paper worth something. All money is paper. I mentioned earlier that brands are more important than today in the past. There are a few reasons for this. Firstly, the world has come to online, and there are many new markets and a growing middle class. There's a growing middle class in places like India, China, Brazil, West Africa, East Africa, places like Nigeria, South Africa, Indonesia, all type of places. These consumers buy brands. They buy premium brands. The best branding today is indefinitely based off of a strong idea. Without an idea, a brand is nothing. Nike had one of the best brand ideas ever. Just do it. Something so simplistic that none of us would ever think of in 1,000 years. This is what brands are about. In summary, brands are important. If you want your business to thrive and be successful, or your products or service to be successful, you need to establish a brand. You need to have a foundation of strong branding, which includes advertising and other such things as that. Thank you.